Trapmore gang, you remember when Young Thug was getting aired out for all of his jail phone calls being leaked? Well, it's not looking too good for Lil Durk and the OTF crew, because we might be getting a few Lil Durk leaked phone calls from them jailhouse recordings very, very soon. And we're hearing from a few OTF members, a few people within the OTF orbit, okay, we're hearing some leaked phone calls. These are from a couple of years ago, just like Thug's, but it basically, this is a sign of things to come. So a bunch of embarrassing phone calls have been leaking from the OTF camp, and it's got a lot of people thinking, are we going to get some of the Durk calls from when he's in federal custody now? Are we going to potentially get some of these? Are we going to get some Apple Watch recordings from Lil Durk? It's all possible. So I'm going to go through a bunch of the calls and the leaks with you today, and then I'm going to basically talk and speculate on what we could potentially be hearing in the future. But this is not looking great for the OTF crew right now. Okay, so one of the people who comes up in these calls pretty significantly that I'm going to talk about is, of course, DJ Bandz. Okay, this is one of the most locked in producers and DJs. He's locked in with Lil Durk. He was tapped in with some of the legendary rappers from back in the day, LA Capone, Rondo Number 9, Lil Reese, Prince Dre, and JB Bin Laden. Okay, now in these leaked phone calls, okay, we're seeing a lot of we're hearing a lot of OTF affiliates kind of discussing their little situations, okay? And OTF Boona obviously is a very well-known name within the OTF circles. And in one of these calls, or a couple of these calls, we hear him speaking separately to different people who are currently wrapped up in this murder for hire case. We're talking Lil Durk, OTF Vonnie, and basically, okay, so in one of these calls, we basically hear Boona talking about DJ Bandz and also CEO Trail. And so in this rather embarrassing leaked phone call, okay, according to the call, right, this is the kind of gossip that's going off behind the scenes for the OTF crew. Boona's basically claiming that CEO Trail had been involved with DJ Bandz' girlfriend, and apparently DJ Bandz knew about it.
What's up with Bandz?
Bandz will make her dance. He said he's working his left hand.
Shit, I heard one thing y'all got beside itself.
Huh?
I heard one thing y'all got beside itself. The motherfucker had to put him back in realization.
Oh yeah, you know how he is.
Man.
He got to be beneficial.
I think that's going back. You said what?
He got to be beneficial.
Yeah, man. He still with that.
You know how I rock with me. It ain't got to be beneficial. It can be crumbs on the table.
He still with that girl that had him walking down the street with socks on and shit, ready to kill himself.
Man, what? Man, I got to tell you some shit about that.
He said, man, what? He hit him with a Durk ad lib. That's crazy.
Boy.
Woo! Damn, what's she doing to him?
I ain't tell you. Vonnie ain't say shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know now. Hey, so you know the little nigga, what's the nigga name? CEO Trail?
CEO Trail. Yeah.
Boom. So now look, I guess she was messing with him, right?
Right.
He done made a diss song.
About Bandz?
Yeah.
And what Bandz say? Bandz mad?
Nah. He told him, he in the diss song, he tell him man, you was paying that whole rent. We was in the crib. We heard you through the vents. You was crying like a bitch. Some shit, he tells some shit like that.
So look, all right, the context of the call, they're saying they're saying DJ Bandz' girl was messing with CEO Trail. They were saying you was paying her rent. We were still hooking up. I heard you crying about it through the vent. They said something earlier in the call about they had you in the streets with no shoes on with this girl, wanting to just go outside over this girl. It's sad. I'm not laughing. But this is the kind of gossip. This is DJ Bandz. You tapped him. You rocking with these guys, and this the kind, bruh. If I was DJ Bandz, I wouldn't be rocking with none of these OTF dudes after this. I ain't gonna lie to you. These are some snaky dudes. This is the kind of gossipy conversations like y'all supposed to be gangsters leave it in the street. But this is the kind of gossipy conversations you be having behind closed doors. Nah, man, couldn't be me.
I guess he was dropping, the nigga CEO was dropping her off, and Bandz already at their little crib. And he dropped her off, and he seen Bandz check her up. But I guess one day Bandz was bamming on the door, and the niggas was in the crib.
Yeah, I think that's the time we had some socks on walking down the street talking like he's been killed himself. That's how we had to call the cops and stuff.
They're saying he was wilding out in the street with no shoes on. Talking like he's going through some very difficult mental situations, and then they're saying he was banging on the door trying to get in the girl's crib, and they're saying Trail was in there. It's very sad, man, but the fact that these guys are even gossiping and talking about this, bro, it's definitely these OTF guys, they slimy, man.
They told that time thing. It's adding up now.
Man, listen, he crazy. He taking the bitch on trip, still all types of shit. I said, boy, you crazy. Ain't no way in here. Boy, I would kick that bitch to the curb, boy.
She doing something spectacular.
And this ain't her first time. She used to fuck with one of Ray homies. I'm talking about over that bitch faithfully. He and me every day. Ooh.
She must doing something that he like getting tickled or something. He might like getting tickled. You don't know. The girls in the spirit, they eat the boy's ass. They hooked on that shit. He might like getting tickled. So I don't know.
Anybody can tickle you.
Nah, he might like the certain way she do it. Because ain't nobody finna play with me like that.
Look, I don't know, man. Look, sometimes you gotta get tickled out here, okay? But if people are on the jail phone calls, all right, the gang members talking about you liking getting tickled, I ain't gonna lie. There's some weirdo behavior. These guys are really, you supposed to be gangster, you big OTF, you on the phone talking about your homeboy getting tickled, what he likes getting done. Y'all some weirdos, that's some weird behavior. Big pause, okay? And look, I'm here reacting to it, so what can I say? But this is super weird. This is what's going on behind closed doors with the OTF crew, all right? OTF might have to stand for on the phones, and I know phones don't start with F, but you know what I'm saying, not everybody is reading 10th grade level in OTF, clearly because of the evidence that we're seeing and how sad these guys are going out as far as just the trail of evidence they left in their cases. But that was just a little opener, okay? It's time for the headline act. The second leaked jail phone call is between Lil Durk himself, big OTF, and Boona. And Boona apparently relays some information that he says came from some conversations between Lil Reese's mother and his own mother, basically like going over sort of old beef in the early days of OTF, just straight gossiping. And look, I'm not look, I'm sure if you're locked up and you're facing serious charges, you're getting on them phones, you gossiping, I'll probably do the same thing. But it's kind of like, it's really taking the shine off of OTF when we're hearing what's really going on behind these scenes, man.
Man, my mama funny as hell. She talking about they ride 3 cars deep and woo this. Man, I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear. She talking about, yeah, he asked for my number because he want to talk to you. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Who ran 3 cars deep?
That's why Chirac Humor leaked this shit.
What's it called that came home the same time as
What kind of car?
Man, I don't know. You know, I ain't even asked all that. I guess they probably met little black track house and the other cars, you got regular cars. They just in the hotel room.
Yeah, nah.
And then, you know, Rishi Mo,
why Chirac Humor leaked this shit.
Yeah, I got my pics, you know, I'm like, look at her. She always wants to get her pics.
You said what?
I got my pics, girl. I got my pics. Yeah, they finally let the real one. I say, no, stop telling what that lady did. That lady is crazy. She crazy.
Hey, look. So she saying she got her pics. That tells it all right there.
That's why Chirac Humor leaked this shit.
My mama just listened to her because she telling my mama everything. And then she trying to tell my mama. She said, like, girl, since that's your motherfucking son, why you gonna tell your son that we trying to open up a truck driving business and tell him that we need like 3,000 pieces he gonna get to? My mama say, girl, I ain't gonna do that shit. What is wrong with you? Well, just tell him that Riri got cancer and he can help like start a foundation for her. I say, Mom, don't listen to that. Well, I'm fine. It's like she trying to use me to get close to him or some shit. I say, man, you see she working. You know what I'm saying?
What got called that blender? Yeah, it's over with. You never thought that'd happen to you? I'm going home.
You going home, ain't you?
Going home. That bad?
She's so funny. It comes Valentine's Day. She tell my mama, yeah, I finna go down that girl for Valentine's Day, you know, ooh, this to get my eyelashes done and everything. I'm just sitting back. I'm sitting in my head like, damn. She crazy. She trying any type of way. She trying, yeah, I'm gonna get the room where the rich people at. I'm gonna get the hotel where the rich people at, girl. I say, she crazy. Yeah, that's what she said. She snapped.
Hey, they funny though.
Man, tell me about it. Yeah, then I'm just sitting there laughing and shit like that. And then she
Why
keeps
Chirac humor leaked the shit?
yeah, so my 3 cars deep. And then they say, Richard Willem and shit like that. And shit like that. My mom say, yeah, Angie say, yeah, Richard Willem and woo woo. You ain't then, you know, who else getting out? Angie talking about Kenyatta getting out, this June or next June.
Yeah, I heard.
That's good. Let them out.
Yeah.
So shit, I don't know why she keeps saying. She talking about, yeah, motherfuckers gonna get their act together when he get out. Motherfuckers scared of him. I can't wait to get out because that's who's gonna protect my son, Reese.
Why Chirac humor leaked the
That's
shit?
who's gonna make sure Reese is straight.
Man, hey, bro, this world fucked up.
Man, who you telling? That's what I'm glad. Like Fives when we was all in a situation.
So, all right, it's a little bit confusing, right? But thankfully, the YouTube channel C Hood actually did a very good job at explaining the context of this particular phone call. So we're going to read between the lines, going to see what he had to say about it, and you're going to understand what was going down in that crazy phone call, Rex, is wild.
So y'all can understand, man. Y'all know that Lamron, OTF, 300, what's the other, Dog Pound? What OTF Ken was from, Dog Pound. You know what I'm talking about, 59th? Somewhere around there, all them guys bumped heads and they was all beefing. Where Lil Reese from? Lamron. Who he rolling with? Lamron. They bumped heads, man. It's a beef amongst each other. It's a beef amongst each other with the BDs, like I told y'all a couple of videos ago, man. Y'all think that they all clicked in and riding with each other, man, when there's really secret animosity and jealousy. It sounds like they mad because it's an issue because Durk won't help them start a towing company or something. $3,000 a piece for a towing company or something that I heard in that reference. You know what I'm saying? It's them guys beefing over money, and it's too much money to be beefing over money. Y'all all got access to this shit, man. Niggas be online flossing big ass knots and bankrolls of money, and for somebody else to need $3,000 from a certain amount of people to start a tow trucking company, man, coming from Reese camp is kind of crazy, man. It also sounds like I ain't the smartest man in the world, but according to my slang, when they say a motherfucker get put in a blender, right, either motherfucker got dealt with or a motherfucker got hit. Sound like Lil Durk hit Lil Reese mama, man. That's what I'm just saying. This is what it sound like, man. I could be wrong, but my thoughts and what my slang and my info come from, where I'm goddammit dissecting this, man. It sounds like Lil Durk done goddammit hit Lil Reese mama, man. She was talking about why I say we put you in a blender. It could be we done got up with you, you know what I'm saying, beat the draws off you, or motherfucker done took you through there. You see what I'm saying? Only reason I'm saying put in the blender.
So he's saying that they're saying like either Lil Reese or his mum got dealt with, right? They're saying they might jump Lil Reese's mum, or it's kind of like they kind of got her son under pressure. And, you know, it seems like Lil Reese and Lil Durk, they ain't close like they once was, man. And, you know, we hear in this Lamron Rich show guy, you know, they said Durk was in the federal paperwork they was talking about. They said, well, you need 3 ski masks on, I got him out hunting you. So it's actually crazy when you actually get the context of these calls. And he's gonna continue giving some more context to the other stuff that we heard. Listen to this.
So sound like they waiting on THF bro to come home and act tough so they can eliminate him, man. If THF base bro, I keep calling him bro, THF, my bad. But if bro was to come home and act tough, it sounded like he was gonna get dealt with, man. I'm just telling y'all from my perspective, being a Chicago street dude, and what I'm hearing coming from the streets, man, and what am I getting my understanding from the conversation.
So he's giving his opinion and explaining it sounds like they was low-key saying that certain people were going to get dealt with, people was put in a blender, people been under pressure. It's a little bit incriminating. And apparently, according to some comments over on Reddit, Chirac Humor, they're saying he has all of Boona's phone calls. These calls was all between September 2021 to March 2022, all right? They're saying nothing to do with Pab murder. He got killed on August the 19th, 2022. So they're saying bloggers are pushing a false narrative on YouTube. It says, lol, them calls I posted came from 2021 to 2022. I got 500 calls. These are the dates, right? People saying ain't nothing to do with no 2023 text thread, all right? But this is just proof that not only are there more calls that are potentially going to be embarrassing, and also it says they ain't got nothing to do with Lil Pab murder. These dates, Might have a little something to do with something that went down in Waycross, Georgia, where somebody got shot at 100 times. Would be very curious to hear about that. Okay, people saying OTF not going to pay your Android phone bill, gang. But I feel like we're going to hear a bunch more stuff from Lil Durk. I feel like when the trial comes around, we're going to be hearing some potentially wiretap conversations. We're going to be seeing text messages. They're talking about, oh, they didn't need to use his iCloud. Yeah, because they got the person who's telling is giving their iCloud. We will be seeing conversations, private conversations with Lil Durk as this trial approaches. They're saying it's January. It could be less than a month before we start hearing everything. And I'm fairly certain, isn't there some kind of filing deadline? All the files, all the paperwork's probably sealed now, but I'm pretty sure that there was a deadline where basically the government had to basically like let Durk and his team know everything that they had on him. So no doubt there's going to be a whole bunch of paperwork that will drop eventually. If it doesn't get leaked sooner, we will be hearing about it when things go to trial, and we will be hearing people reporting from inside the courtroom, even if it's not being televised and broadcast. There'll be people inside that federal courtroom like there was in the Duck trial, and eventually we got all the info. Eventually we're going to get all the footage. We eventually got that footage of FBG Duck getting shot downtown. It's very sad, but I feel like it was only right for the people to get the full context of what happened. A lot of false narratives being put out there, and I've eased off on Durk, but you know how I feel, man. You know Durk's cooked. You know that's my opinion, is that Durk's cooked, okay? And I think that we're just going to see more and more stuff coming out. I know you guys like to be lied to. Durk's coming home. Ain't no evidence on him apart from these mountains of evidence. But look, I will keep you guys updated, and I think there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings in January when this trial goes down. I will be there to report every step of the way. I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through it, okay? OTF stands, don't you worry. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I hope you found that interesting. This is just a little teaser, a little hors d'oeuvre, little amuse-bouche, all right? When we get into this full Durk trial, it will be a full-blown cookout, unfortunately, okay? Sorry, Durk fans, but it is what it is. I'll catch you guys in the next video. You can hate on me down in the comments. I'll speak to you then. Peace.